Hello?
Yeah,
Yeah, man, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah.
All right, cool.
All right, cool. Wait, hold up. Everybody else is trying to join. I don't know what's going on. Hold up.
So what you been up to, man? Hello?
Yeah, working.
Oh, that's what's up, man.
Yeah.
Ugh, fuck.
There we go.
What's up, Elizabeth?
Hello, Elizabeth. It's one of those days. All
Ah, you got that late as hell.
right, it's lagging a little bit here, okay? Give me a break.
I'll let
Okay.
that slide. I'll let that slide.
I guess we just waiting for Rashawn to get on the call, right?
Guess so. I guess
Yes.
so.
Okay. All right. How's everybody's day going?
Uh, man, just
It's
woke up.
cold.
Yeah, it is cold. It is cold. I'm out and about right about now.
I have dinner reservations at 3 o'clock, and we're debating if we really want to go or not.
I mean, we're going out later. Me and my girl going out later in the day, but at least it's down the block. Catch a subway and shit.
You mean she's still with you after she saw those dance moves?
Oh.
I
Or
mean,
maybe you haven't shown her those dance moves yet, 'cause I know.
Lizzie, those are just for you. Those are just for you. And she's not ready for that just yet. She's not ready for that.
Oh. No, they're only for me because we're not dating and I can't break up with you.
That is the point. That is the point. You want to hate, but those are some smooth moves. If you wanna not believe it, not believe it.
It made it even better that you were going across the screen and
Oh
back
yeah.
across
Oh
the
yeah. Oh yeah. Choppy video too. So that made it look like I was an 8-bit character.
Jonathan, I'll tell you what I'm talking about is I was on a call with Elise from Sensible, and all of a sudden I see Noelle going across the screen and then back across the screen behind them. Creep them out too.
It did. I was trolling the hangout, and they saw me come in. They're like, "Wait a minute, hold up! Like I thought you were on this video somewhere else." I was like, "Yeah, I was just trolling."
All right. All right. Back to the matter at hand. All right. So I know we haven't been on a call for like a good 2 weeks. Everybody's schedules have been kind of just all over the place. So, how about you start, Lizzie, and see what you've been up to?
Okay, so basically, I've been working most of my time on Sensible for the site. Let's see. Oh, geez. Um, Currently working on the responsive design for that, as well as starting to actually input the correct images throughout the markup, rather than currently we're just using kind of images of the entire screen to just show up as a how do I explain this? Currently, we're using PNGs of the entire artboard from Sketch to kind of substitute our styling for now. But then I'm going to actually go in and put in the actual images so that the markup and all is correct and not just an image to take over the whole page of the site rather than, and eventually turn it into where you can actually click on the links and stuff. And Robin actually got in touch with me early on this week, and I guess she was planning to wrap her head around what she really wants to do with her site for Robin Lou collections. And we're actually pairing up tomorrow because I guess she's gotten kind of her vision together and gotten her sites on track. And then everyone's kind of up to date with Kitten's Play because we're all in on that one. So I know Snugs was working on something with the responsive for mobile, and now that Tim's back, so well, I guess I shouldn't say he's back. He's back to civilization where there's Wi-Fi, but so I'm sure he's gonna jump in on that too. But that's about where I'm at right now.
Okay, I guess I'm next.
Yep.
Okay, so damn, I'm gonna stay in this car bed. So I've been working a little bit, just doing some trolling and making sure things are clean on the Sensible Marking app. Working on the Sensible Quovo app with Brian. Trying to get all the data from Quovo along in regards to individual counts, how it's supposed to look. But bare bones, no styling along with it, just a basic skeleton, I guess. I've been working on the Sneaker Attic, trying to get the layout a little bit more proper just for the first site. As soon as I get that correct, then the last final storyboard or page should come in real quick. Sneakybot, I got a pair with Snugs tonight.
Did we lose him?
Yeah. He's weird. He'll log back in.
The Snugs, do you want to pick up then while we wait?
I don't know. We can wait for Noel to get back for a few minutes.
Okay. Oh, I guess in the meantime, Snug. So I was going to work on getting the artboard PNGs in today. But I have a question because I think I have to revert back to a different commit because let me see. Because all of the images that I saved of the actual images within the artboards are no longer on my local. But I did commit them because I was on with Noel when I did that. If I do that, is that
branch?
What's that?
Are they in a separate branch?
I believe so, yeah. But I didn't push any branches up because it was just, at the time, I was just getting it committed and trying to clean up my machine at the same time, so.
Well, you always want to push as many branches up as you can.
Okay.
Like, you don't want to ever trust your own machine.
True. So I should have committed it and then pushed that branch up and then cleaned up the rest of it after that.
Yeah, it'll still be around, but you know, at least the upstream is a somewhat sane version of what you do and what you commit.
Okay. All right, I'm going to have to find that commit before. So anyway, go ahead, Noel. You can take over again.
Yeah, where did I leave off?
You have to pair with Snugs tonight on something.
Oh,
Sneakybot.
I had to pair with Snugs tonight on Sneakybot, just to figure out the endpoints for the profile. that he set up. I believe I have a good amount of resources for it from the bot end and Slack. Um, I believe I after that I said I spoke to Edgar about an idea that his niece startup. It's a school bus app, but think about it as in such of giving real time ETA on school buses and their destination, or just basically ETA to that bus stop. Um, and I'm doing a personal project for my girlfriend. She has a dental conference for New York coming up, so I think that was all that was missing.
What's up with Ivan?
Um, in considerations of Shuzu,
Uh-huh.
well, the next part was just I think day 5 user testing. I haven't gotten word from anybody, so I have to get in touch with Cage and see if everybody got the app to see what they thought about it. It's attached to Ivan's Instagram, and I think I spoke to you about that. That's the next step was just to get feedback from everybody and
Yeah,
how it
because
looked.
I went on a test flight and see I don't see anything that allows me to install it, unfortunately.
Well, if it's a new app, you have to look through your email. I've sent it to you a couple of times. When it comes to test flight and it's a new application, you have to select the link from your email in test flight. The email that test flight would send you. Does that make sense?
Hold on for a second. That was yeah. I got one from February 4th, 2016. The last one before that was from December 14th, 2015, and that was for Living in Gray. The one from February 4th, 2016 is from it's what is this guy from? Hold on, please kind of say so we can talk about updates and everything.
Also, we're off air. We're not being recorded.
Yeah, that's I'm looking in test flight. It looks like you forwarded me something from DJ Dells.
No, that's not it. That's not it.
Yeah, I looked up test flight in all of my emails. Um, and there's an email you sent from DJ Dells that says responding test flight. The one before that says the iTunes store. Hold on, I'm gonna send this to you right in the dev channel right now.
Can you do a Google search for like iTunes Connect? Well, you should.
iTunes Connect? Yeah, because I've been looking for test flight for the longest time, and nothing comes up.
Yeah, cause like when I initially sent it to you, it's like you don't like you're not worried about it, but I sent it twice. But I'll send it again when I get upstairs.
No, I didn't say that I wasn't worried about it. I've wanted it on my phone for months now. I can't find it at all, like anywhere. I'm gonna send this to you right now. What does it say? I don't have internet access. It's weird. Choose from the library. I guess that's it. That should work. Yeah, it should. It'll be in a dev channel. It's taking forever to upload, but I'm looking at this. I'm looking at the garbage can. I did test flight all one word. I'll do test flight multiple words. Yeah, all of the ones that are coming through. Like I even have the ones from Lachlan from like way back in January or in November, in September, and then I got the iTunes store. And then this is the one for 365, 365, 365. There's nothing for any other applications in it though.
Hello, hello.
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I'm starting to break up, like, or just cancel too much.
It's all good, man. Just Rashawn speaking anyway, so
Okay, go ahead.
yeah.
Yeah, it says, and then the other email I got, it came from November 18th, 2015, where it was saying Shuzu app has it says, we've discovered one or more issues with your recent delivery for Shuzu. To process your delivery, the following issues must be corrected. Invalid team ID and signature, invalid team ID and signature, invalid provisioning profile. That was on November 18th, 2015. That's the last from Shuzu. Yeah, there's no emails, man.
All right, I'll send that when I get up there.
All right. What about you, Jonathan? Anything?
Okay. Y'all are done. Okay. Well, basically, I've just been overlooking all that's been going on. I know these past 2 weeks we just kind of like slowed down just a little bit. Had a lot of other stuff going on in the background. Seems like we're gonna be picking back up pretty soon. Just getting all the monitors, everybody getting the computers. So remember
Oh,
like a few weeks ago I spoke about the high demand. So what happened with that project was their company fell apart basically, and Daxel just started anew, and I guess he'll be hitting back up. He's solo right now, and he's just building everything back up on his own. So he'll be contacting us at some point. Let's see. What else? Well, for the time being, it's pretty much it. Yeah, just overlooking everything that's going on. Just waiting. Well, not really waiting, just everything's gonna be picking back up pretty soon. More projects coming in at some point. Yeah, that's pretty much it, guys.
quick question on. I don't know if someone sent out a keyboard to me or not. I know Snugs, you asked me if I got one, but I don't
Uh,
know.
Julia had sent you a message, and she was supposed to handle that actually.
I just wasn't sure because I know we talked about it, and I didn't. No one told me that they were sending anything. So when Snugs asked if I received one, I was like, am I missing something? But I didn't talk to Julia about it.
Oh, okay.
Well, actually, she told me oh a while back. Oh yeah, February 6th. She said she has a keyboard for me, but then I talked to her about 5 more days since then, or 3 more days since then, and I hadn't heard anything. I wasn't sure if we actually sent anything out or not, but I just wanted to make sure I wasn't missing a package or anything like that.
Well, we talked about this 2 days ago. Remember, Lizzie?
Yeah, I know we talked about the different kinds, but then you asked if I got mine yet.
Where's that? Because last time I talked to you about it, I was saying if you can wait till the 17th, you can get a new one, and you said I could wait till the 17th.
Oh, okay, yeah. Now I'm confused. I'm mixing up my days.
Man,
That,
Lizzie, come
that,
on.
that was after. That was after.
Lizzie, come on.
I can't. I can't remember anything. Ask Snugs. He's gonna kill. He's gonna rip his hair out soon enough.
With all you forgetful people, what am I supposed to do?
You're the one. That's why we have you. You're supposed to keep us on track.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you should be getting your keyboard like Rashawn said around the 17th.
Okay, that's great. Now that he
Yeah.
my memory.
So Rashawn, do you have anything to say or
Uh,
input?
well, basically just I'm working on the API with Robert a little bit more. He took a little bit of time off, so to get him on that would be great. I will have to link up with him to see where the next steps are or what we can actually do. but the next steps are we got to get something together for people who are using us in regards to like affiliate marketing, like with Ivan with Sneaker Shouts. His site has a bunch is like a bunch of Squarespace. I mean, there's some things we need to do to it, but I don't know that much into customizing Squarespace. Um, don't actually quite even know like how detailed you can get in the developer mode, but I don't know. It seems like there's a lot that you can do. It's just figuring out what can be done. Still just figuring. I'm trying to figure out how to make a customized gallery for it. Um, I'm not sure how much detail can Squarespace can take care of um, versus even rolling out something ourselves. But it's just it's a little bit tough, I'd say, from Ivan's perspective because this is a feature he's been waiting on for I'd say like 3 months now. Um, and I guess I would say from everything that's a definitely a great start of the year, but it's we definitely could do better as far as communication or like estimating. Because if there's anything that I changed from last year, it's just be that um, I mean, and you're even seeing it with Jonathan's project and such. There's there's different types. Well, the way that a project usually goes is that people get inspired to work on it. Then if someone's not getting it or getting it along the ways that they think that they get it, then they start hating it. And then after hatred comes indifference. And then that's when just people just don't care about the project whatsoever. Then that's just a sunken cost. Like you can't even get money out of it or anything like that. It's just you know the only thing you're trying to really hold on to then is your reputation. Um, we just want to make sure that but there's a lot of stuff that we can do. It's just we have to figure out what we want to do, and if we subscribe to doing something, that we want to just be accountable for it and do it in a timely fashion, um, or else we shouldn't even touch it in the first place. Um, or else that'll bring ourselves pain and other people pain. Um, and that's pretty much it from the idea that I have. I mean, we should all have everything that we need. Like nobody needs any systems or anything like that. We just need to just have cadence is really the word. Um, I don't know when you hear the word cadence, what does that really mean?
It's a rhythm.
For everybody else, rhythm. That's good.
Well, I mean, like a rhythm, like
What do you say?
like a full on, step by step, continuous action or flow towards the goal.
That's true. Right. Right. And of course, the biggest thing is helping to know where the goal is, and
Yeah.
if we don't know, then the question is to be asked. But usually the question should be asked when it's after it's asked to yourself. Each one of us, we pretty much should on a daily basis just be asking, what's the goal that we have that I'd like to have, and if I'm not clear, then how? Number one, why am I not clear? And number two, who can I talk to be unclear? Or else we kind of just go through the motions. And it's easy to do that, but we're just going through the motions, just kind of kidding yourself because it can always be more efficient than get to really cool shit after that. Because typically the things that we go through the motions on are like stuff that's it's cool, but then it becomes irrelevant. I mean, this is a technology space. It moves fast, and people care about things and feel emotional about things temporarily, and then they're off to the next thing, and they can care less about what was last week. That's just human nature. A lot of the psychology side of technology is capturing people's emotion on what they're passionate about at this moment in time, because they're not going to be passionate about it at the next moment in time. I can promise you that. So that's that as far as like cadence. And the other word too is protocol. Does anybody know what the definition of that word is?
Protocol.
Pro- Protocol.
Protocol. Would you
Noel,
like me to?
Noel, Lizzie, either of you?
It's kind of like like a system set, like a wait. Oh, okay. I thought I lost you guys, but I guess it's kind of like a system set in place, how
Well,
we do things, and
protocol, dictionary definitions: the official procedure, system of rules governing affairs of state or diplomatic occasions. The accepted or established code of procedure or behavior in any group or organization. An amendment or addition to a treaty or convention, a formal or official record of scientific experimental observation, a procedure of carrying out a scientific experiment or a course of medical treatment. Yeah, so it's pretty much, as you said, a system. You get that?
Yeah, so if everybody had some sort of protocol on what they can do, um, how how can we project as far as, like, so say you have a week coming up, or it'll be 2 weeks until the next time we speak. How can we project individually and be accountable for it, like what each person's protocol is and what they like for their protocol to be? Because here's the thing, right? There's it's a balancing act. One is on one side you have human selfishness, which actually is okay in our field. It's like there's nothing wrong with that. Like the only reason why you do stuff is because you want to do it. And then what you do is you kind of align those things up with projects and other people. When you align them up with projects and other people, then now we have to have some empathy because there's other people who kind of are moving around and want to do things too, and then we have to do things like, okay, well, there's times I'm going to need help, so I'm going to need somebody else to link up with. I have to be empathetic to what their schedule is. And then there's times where I'm going to need to help out other people, and I have to be empathetic to what their schedule is. So, um, really, I guess it's how can we sort of like give an idea of what our schedules will be moving forward. But I don't. Here's what I don't like. I don't like the whole like rigidness of, okay, I'm going to be working from this time to that time, always, every single day. Nothing's going to change from that day because life, that's a plan. It's not a strategy, and life doesn't happen that way. But sort of what we can't do is not is we or what we have to do. I don't want to say we can't do. What we have to do is realize we've got other people around us whose time we can leverage and like really pick their brain, but it can't be so much of a fire drill to whereas, if I'm sitting here cranking away at 5 a.m. in the morning on writing some code, then I can't be pissed at, say, a Lizzie if she's not around to help answer a question, or I can't be pissed at, say, like a Noel or a Robert if like I want something out of them, and it's like, well, I'm not having empathy for the fact that they could be asleep. Um, but that said too, as well, like there's other people who are for whatever help I can do for them. Like, I can't sit there on the other hand and say, well, Lizzie, the only time you can ever reach me is if I know half an hour beforehand, I know that you can reach me in 15 minutes. Like, that just kind of doesn't cut it for people because it doesn't give them time to prepare. Doesn't kind of give them a little bit of runway to say, okay, well, tomorrow I know I'm going to work with this person, or I have this goal between now and the next time we have a developer conference, and I know for me to accomplish that goal, I need to work with that person and that person and that person. How do I capture their attention? How do I work with that person, and what can I do in return to help them out if at all possible? Um, that's kind of, I guess, what flexible protocol is to me, because thing is, if we can't get that done, what winds up happening is like then like rigid protocols. And then you have crazy stuff like people are like, all right, well, next month of my life, every day on this hour, I'm going to be accountable for this, and that it happens, but it doesn't happen all the time because life happens. So I guess I'm just really just voicing out just experience, but what sort of chimes in on your brains when you think about stuff like that?
Yeah, y'all want to go? Or should I go? Um,
You can go ahead, Jonathan.
all right. Well, yeah. What Rashawn is basically saying is like, um, we can't be mad at others. I mean, time doesn't revolve. Um, your time or other people's time doesn't. Everything just doesn't revolve around your time. So you gotta be kind of sort of accountable for what you're doing. Um, and what a protocol is a system that'll give you like a set amount of time to get something done, but get something done right, and you have all the pieces around you. Make sure that your timing is right, and you can access will get access to those people at the right time. Because, like you said, I mean, at 5 o'clock in the morning, I mean, not everybody's up. You know, you do have to have empathy for people. That's pretty much it. And just, once you get that protocol down, maybe sort of have like a checklist, get everything done on time so you can get on to the next thing. Next.
Yeah, I guess I'm a little how it relates to the protocol of it, but I mean, I get what you're saying with the whole, kind of everyone's schedules are kind of all over the place, like different than each other's. Um, I don't I don't really know how that triggers into like protocol, but because like it's kind of a variable times and availability and stuff like that. But I don't know if you mean it in the sense of like kind of saying this is my task at hand, and I know I'm gonna need Snugs and Noel to complete this, and planning more or less, like not so much giving people a schedule, but kind of more communication and planning on how we're gonna do that, rather than just being like expecting people to be available.
Well, the question's simple. Maybe I'll repose the question. Everybody's playing on a team. Everybody has a different role on a team. Everybody's going in different directions, even if we're all running the same play. The trick is, and where protocol comes into play, is there's a finite time on the board, um, and within that finite time, how do you cross the touchdown line more times than the opposition? It's really that simple. With taking into consideration that everybody is playing different roles and going in different directions, which is the double-edged sword in and of itself right there.
Yeah, well, what Rashawn's saying, so basically the coach has drawn up all these plays on the board. Like I said, we're all playing different positions and we're all going separate routes, even though we're headed towards the main goal, which is, touchdown. And yeah, just making sure we all get to the same goal as we're going and playing all these different positions and taking all these different routes. The protocol is basically the drawn up play that the coach has drawn up pretty much.
Yeah, that's what I learned being on the football field. It's really quite simple. If you don't do anything, then the fans get, well, besides losing, besides losing it happening to you, the fans get disinterested. Um, when the fans get disinterested, you might as well be playing checkers for the most part. Then also to realize that not everybody can do the same thing. That would be crazy because who's gonna be the person that blocks for the quarterback, or that's just the way that the game works. Also, like there's a trust as well, because like I know that I can entrust that if I'm running for a touchdown pass and then the quarter, then number one, as a wide receiver, I expect the ball to be there whenever I get there. I'm just going to keep running, and I might not have it in my hand right now, but I expect it's going to be there. So when it's not there, then there's confusion and stuff like the ball comes a second late and hits you in the back of the head kind of thing. Um, that's just a timing thing. Another thing is that when a quarterback throwing the ball might sit there and say, "All right, well, I'm going to turn my back on this guy over here so I can toss the ball to Lizzie, and I know that Noel is behind me blocking this asshole from knocking me the hell over." If I get knocked the hell over, then you stand up and it's just like not just like what the hell, but now it's a situation where you're like, well, I kind of don't want to turn my back over here because I don't know where if I'm going to get blindsided or not. Now Lizzie's running down the field and Lizzie's getting the ball a second later than she actually gets. So it all really ties into itself. We just have to know that if we don't do anything, then not only do we lose, and also the most disheartening thing is the crowd gets bored. Well, besides losing. The clock's going to keep ticking. That's not going to stop at all because time doesn't stop for any person, any man or woman. So on one side of the field we have where we lose and people get disinterested, and on the other side is that where we win and we all keep scoring touchdowns. How do we do that on a day-to-day basis and while giving everyone flexibility? Otherwise, then the coach has to step on the field and call every freaking play all of the time, and really that's a testament of once it's there, it's like, yeah, you can get told what to do, but then it's not as much fun.
Yeah. And remember, there's every time there's a play, there's 30 seconds on the clock, sometimes 15. So to get to that touchdown and like Hail Mary pass, sometimes you gotta throw that Hail Mary because it might be running out of time and you need to get that touchdown, which could be a project. And yeah, that's basically it, man. We're all running different routes, playing different positions. We're just heading to the same goal, and yeah, just follow the system and the protocol, and we'll get there.
Yeah, because the key is I guess where we're getting with this, but the key is that look, we can be as flexible as we want to, but I promise everyone, like the minute that we involve other people who have nothing to do with our group, and have them trusting people within our group, they are not part of our group, and the only thing that they care about is, did I hire the right team? Did they score me a touchdown? Did they do it in an ample amount of time? Period. Nothing more, nothing less. People don't care about sneakers. They don't care about how many barbecues you got to go to. They don't care about how cool and flexible your life is. They don't care about any of that stuff. They just care about what do I got, when's it gonna get done, and where can I pay you at. Anything besides that is just awkward to them. Does it make sense?
Mhm.
All right. I think we touched on the subject
Yeah.
pretty.
Noel, what about you? Noel didn't say anything about it.
Yeah, Noel. Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. I'm
Okay.
just listening.
Well, I mean, we want you to put some input so we can get off this call.
Oh, okay. Quickly, just to say, yeah, I think it's an imperative to make sure we work as a team. As Bill Belichick would say, just do your job, and and then you don't have to worry about anybody else's, as long as you're doing yours and you have faith that everybody else is doing theirs as well. This will be uh, a cohesive moving machine.
Yep. A cohesive, well-oiled machine.
Okay, that's better. That sounds better.
Yeah. Well, all right, guys. I mean, I think we touched on pretty much what's been going on. We'll have another one of these in 2 weeks. Mostly, I think, like I said, things are going to be picking back up, more so. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. Rashawn, you have anything else to say?
Yeah, Jonathan, are you still? how is everyone on the call as far as how's payroll going?
Okay, so I just got Lizzie's deposit. Account information. So I guess we're doing direct deposits from now on. We have to when I get on QuickBooks, I have to add your card so we can the business card, and then so we can just do direct deposits from now on.
Can you figure out how to do it? So Christian will tell you. They'll tell you how, and maybe it's just a matter of you just got to pay that much. But I just know when I paid Edgar direct deposit, it was like a $25 fee.
From QuickBooks?
No, it was Christian uses Just Works for one, and for two, like when I just sent them a deposit directly from my bank account from Citibank, I would assume that even if you put a bank account into QuickBooks, you can't get past what the bank's fee is.
Oh.
This is why Tom only gets paid in Bitcoin and refuses to get paid in anything else. Is exactly this issue right here. Because because every transaction we pay 2 pennies. And I don't care if Tom wanted to give me $1 million to buy a house down in Florida, that transaction would be 2 pennies. So if I was paying him 1 Bitcoin for a couple hours worth of work, or if he was paying me for some fictitious mansion that I don't own in Florida, then he would pay me. It's still the same transaction fee, which I think is actually I think it's 0.002 pennies.
All right, so I guess as
And he refuses to have me pay him in cash. So like clearly dealing with any bank or cash, never gonna get that transaction fee. But like, how do we even get that transaction fee? Because that's, I didn't really get it before, but it's like the more that I deal with Bitcoin, the more I realize how much I'm getting fucked and when it comes to transferring money to people and everyone else too.
Yeah.
That's similar to what happened at PayPal too.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean now I guess we're gonna have to find some other way to bypass these fees.
Yeah, but for now that doesn't stop from them getting them people getting their loot, man. Because I haven't seen anything go for at least the past 2 weeks, and I know that we definitely owe people on this call money, so we have to be serious about that.
All right. So guys, I'm still going to need your social security number and all that other stuff for the W-4 forms. So if you could just still slide that to me, that'd be perfect.
You have my stuff, right?
Did you give me social?
Yeah, I sent it.
Well, I think I got the account info. I'm not sure if I got the social. Let me check.
Yeah, first line of that message has SS.
Oh, okay. I see. All right, well, perfect.
Okay, just making sure we're good.
Yeah. Okay, so I got that. All right. Well, I guess PayPal right now seems like they have the less amount of fees because $25 to send money seems kind of high, to be honest.
Did you guys check out cash or that?
We can do cash. I'm not sure how I'm gonna put that.
No, not cash, but the app Cash.
Yeah, Square Cash, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got that.
Well, I noticed when we were doing it before with PayPal, because remember when we first did it and I was just kind of sending you my hours separately and then you would pay directly in PayPal and it wasn't taking anything out, but then once if I would invoice you and you paid the invoice back, that's when it took the percentage. I don't know if you can avoid it that way by just us sending you invoices separately and then paying just a transfer.
No, I mean what you really do is figure out what the transaction fee costs via invoice, and then that's just what you bill.
That's true. I gotta take a look. I don't remember how much it.
Like I have a friend who makes soap, and they've been making soap for the past I don't know, a year, and it started to piss me off too because she's been trying to get me this soap for the past year, and this is a perfect example of when people feel indifferent. I actually had to tell her 2 weeks ago. I was like, look, I look at my skin right now, and I have a slight case of eczema. My skin gets fucked up depending on whatever like I eat or whatever my skin's touching. And I'm like, you keep selling me your soap, and I never see it come in the damn mailbox. And you told me that the reason why you're not selling the soap is because you couldn't afford to ship me the soap after I told you I'd pay for shipping. Like that's like right there. It's really quite that simple. It's the same. That transaction fee is the same as the shipping. Like just charge the person it. It's like that'll definitely at least get that out of the way. And if they have an issue with it, then they'll complain about it and say, "Why am I paying transaction fee?" and all of that stuff. You know, it's maybe Jonathan can talk to Ricky or someone to figure out if that's a good way to do it on the books. But the most important thing is to get folks paid. Like I was looking at my scratch pad the other day, and like if I'm not mistaken, who is it? Like even like can't let certain things slip through the cracks. Like if I'm not mistaken, Robert and Daniel, I don't know if they're on the call or not, but we owe them 2 hours each for their work. Um, and you know, people we're working with people where to say, oh well, you know, it's all good and all of that stuff, but you know, I'm like, well, fuck that, because our time is valuable, and we have to make sure we can draw lines in the sand and say when we're really adding value to a project or not, and then it's our prerogative if we want to say that we want to give up some time or not of our life. But that said, is that with that mentality of always wanting to give up time, that's the beginning of being poor. So, you know, not to say that it's a bad thing. Jesus Christ did the same thing and so did Mahatma Gandhi. But you got to realize you're making those choices in your life for your future self, so your future self doesn't get pissed off. Because then that really lets us figure out what our worth is and such like that, and where we can help out on things, because that's where they're going to judge it for. You know, like Lizzie and I think Noel's actually probably pushing right up to his limit. But I know, like even Lizzie, you know, there's Christian sat back and when we went over the budget, and he was like, yeah, he was like, that's awesome that Lizzie's time is like that. He was like, does she know she can probably do a little? It's not a kind of a party of let me try to do the minimum amount so I don't hit the budget as much, but it's more of it's just got to get done. Budget is secondary sort of thing. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So we have to really be cautious, and there's times when we want to like make the bottom line easier for people, and the bottom line is not cash in their eyes. The bottom line is getting to market the fastest. So that's that, and I think that will wrangle up paying, because look, guys, like I don't know about you guys, but I don't like when I get paid slow. So and it becomes a habit, and we definitely don't want to get into that habit.
Yeah, and talking about getting paid, I need Robert, I need you to send me the invoice. I asked Dan.
Wait, Robert's on?
Yeah.
I've been on for like 5 minutes.
Oh shit! Hey, Robert, how are you, buddy?
Hey man, how are you? You're good.
I'm fantastic, man. Yeah, I'm glad that he's on, because I'm glad you're on, Robert, because we'll take Jonathan. That's that invoice, but also let's make sure we take a few minutes in time. We have a developer who made a request, and just like a sneaker request, we want to abide by whatever request that we can. So I think Robert, yours was for an internship for the summer.
Yeah, of course.
But first, well, Jonathan, sorry to cut you off. You were talking about an invoice, and then we can get into Robert's internship, and then go from there.
Were you just talking about a shoot request?
Well, Jonathan I hijacked Jonathan's comment. He was trying to get an invoice from you, I believe, on how you could pay us. You could pay Sneakyhead for the monitors and all that stuff, and we'll take that. Thank you very much.
Well, not just that. Also, for the hours that you guys put in, I asked Daniel like two weeks ago to send me an invoice and all that stuff. Actually, about 3 weeks ago.
He never did.
Nope.
Oh wow.
Get your brother, man.
Wow, I never knew that. I would have been on top of that. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, get your brother, dude. See, and that's right there, folks. Is where quarters slip through the cracks, and like. You know,
yeah.
it just frustrates people, because when you don't know what the hell's going on, you don't care anymore.
that was actually on the 17th of January.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll
So
take it.
Damn.
if y'all trying to get your paper, you just
Yeah,
hit me up. Send me
I'll
that
get the
invoice.
money right now, Jonathan. Just let me know where and how much you need, and I'll make it
Well,
happen.
no. You worked. I'm guessing 2 hours each or 2 hours total.
Yeah, they both Robert's for sure put in a couple of hours, and Daniel because they put some thought on the Sensible project.
Okay. All right. So for that, you guys have to bill me, which is you can just do it through PayPal.
Uh-huh.
Real easy to make one. And then you have to pay us for those monitors. The MacBook, once again, it's like I've talked to Julia. She'll be shipping that out soon.
Okay.
So I haven't billed you for that yet. That'll
Okay.
happen afterwards.
Yeah. And by the way, guys, don't worry about it. It's not an answer. It's not an answer for two reasons. Number one, it stops us from being able to attempt us as a collective from being able to attempt to run a business, and for two, it stops every one of us personally from like padding our pockets and like us figuring out how to do business with other businesses as well. It's like how can you ever be a good salesperson if you never sell anything, right?
Yeah, I see. Hmm.
Like how do you know if you can if you're hosing yourself with I don't know your taxes or I don't know get your next greatest thing if you kind of like don't put some skin in the game and start playing around. Like I mean we're every single one of us on this call are bosses enough that we can we can start passing around a few hours here and there to each other if we can't then we're fuck boys and girls.
All right. So I guess Robert, you were about to go. Honestly, guys, I have to kind of like leave the house pretty soon. So
Okay, sure, Robert. What do you need, bud?
15 minutes.
What do you need, Robert? Well,
So
that
I'm going on
this
PayPal.
what is or what do you need as far as your internship? Because this call is over in about 3 minutes and 45 seconds, actually.
Okay, I'm just looking for an internship as a Node.js and Python developer. We're primarily located in the Washington, D.C. area. I can commute in every day, 5 days a week.
What if he didn't have to commute?
I'd prefer going in. I think that would be a better experience.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
Okay.
but honestly, I could do it from home. I could.
What if you were doing it from home, but you were always pairing?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
I'll have to think about that. I'd rather go in, but like I'd probably be cool if staying home. Would be a problem.
Well, if that's something that interests you, at least as far as there, then we could definitely see about getting you an intern. Because see, what that does is that opens up New York City companies to you.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like a wider margin. Like he's like here, like there's very few internship offers down here. Like I've been looking for one for a while, so I finally dropped that in Sneakyhead. So
Well, yeah, drop in sooner because I mean we do remember there's 32 of us in there now, so it's like I mean for us to not it what winds up happening is that when you say what do you do if I I got this great idea and let me throw as many things in my way to stop me from getting to success because you should look up Aesop's fable, Fox and His Grapes. It's a little kid's story. It's a pretty good one. It
yeah,
talks about cognitive dissonance, meaning like if you can't win $1 million and you'll talk about why $1 million is so bad. Same thing is for the things that we need. But then when someone tells you, oh, no, you don't have any blockers, there you go, then you have to sit back and say, oh, shit, like, it's all on me now. How do I figure this thing out?
yeah,
Like, reach out to people because, I mean, like, Sensible is an opportunity. You can get a paid internship with Sensible, or stuff, but, like, you've already proved yourself. And there's probably more internship opportunities for a developer on the city block in New York City than there is in all of Northern Virginia.
yeah. I believe it. We don't got much down here, so
Right, so we'll take care of that, Robert. You just have to if you see yourself in an internship by the summertime, you should start working on it now, and it should be some sort of goal you set out on a week to week, like minimal. Like, I want to contact one new company every week until April. So how many weeks is there between now and April?
probably like 6-7 weeks.
6 or 7 weeks. So that's 6 or 7 companies. The sheer law of numbers states that if you pick out 10 companies, one of them is going to bite. That's if you want to sell a product. That's if you want to. That's if you want to do anything, or what you're selling is not good enough at all. You probably should add more value to it. But if you usually grab 10 of anything, one of them is going to be the one that you want.
Correct. I want to get Cupcake. Daniel got offered one at Palantir. You know what that is?
Never heard of it.
Yeah, it's like a $9 billion company. It's a huge company, and he's like gonna be like the only high school intern there this summer. So I'm just trying to match him at least.
Well, at least now we know that your drive is competition with your brother, and you have to be honest about what our drives are, man. Like, seriously, you have to be honest about what's driving you, because if you can't figure out what's really driving you, then you don't really need it. You just kind of want it.
Yeah, exactly. I got offered one at AOL, but I think I can do better than that.
Oh, well, it all depends on what your day-to-day is. You'll start to know that the name of the company is irrelevant. The thing that developers have that most other people don't have is we control our destiny and we control our quality of life.
And
You know, I like to have jobs where I don't have to go into the office all the time, and it took a lot of pain. It took me like 3 years to even come across that.
yeah.
But then I figured out the ropes, and now I can show you how to do it in 6 months if that's something you want.
Now Rashawn can sit comfy and eat all the damn Starburst and pizza he wants out of his house.
Yeah, absolutely.
While working.
But that's what I want. So it's got to be, what type of lifestyle do you want? So say, like, I'm Robert. What kind of lifestyle do I want in 5 years? And this goes for you too, Lizzie, and you, Noel, and you, Jonathan. What kind of lifestyle do you want? And then write that in stone. You don't give up your ass until it's time to give that to you.
You're echoing.
Well, I'm done on that.
All right, guys.
Rashawn, I'll be in contact with you later this week. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, don't forget about that invoice, though.
Okay, I'm going to the and I'll take care of that right when I get back.
Hey, we're here tonight, right?
Sure, we can.
Okay.
All right. I mean, y'all have a really good day. Let's just keep working and striving for the same goal. We'll get there.
Of course, man. Always.
And I hope you treat all the ladies in your lives really well today.
I ain't treating no ladies in my life really well. No, I'm joking. I don't care about no Valentines. No, I'm joking. No. All right. I hope you have a great Valentine's, though, Lizzie.
Oh, thanks. And Noel, don't think the right way is to go with your dancers, okay?
Yeah, Noel, keep those dance moves, tucked in, far, far away. Like tucked in so far away you can't even step in a dark room and see them. Okay.
Sorry, guys. I started reading as soon as Lizzie was speaking. My girl is in the room, so don't have to repeat that.
Repeat it!
Oh. All right. Nah, man, we ain't gonna do you like that.
Yeah, that's actually Noel. We compare tomorrow in the morning or anything. Yeah, if you like, you give up that gun to your girl.
Noel?
Feedback was heavy, but I say thank you.
All right. Okay, guys. Y'all have a great Sunday.
I don't appreciate her what I said. So.
Okay. All right, guys. You have a great Sunday.
Bye, guys.
Yeah, I'll see you all later. Peace.
All right.